So what's up, y'all? I'm in between projects right now, and I can't start working on my next piece until I prepare the wood boards for it by sealing it and priming it. I cut the boards last night, but I figured, why not let people in on this process so that people can know what it's like, what you do, all of the work that goes into preparing a canvas before any paint or pencil or anything touches it, before any artwork is created at all. So I'm gonna kind of show you that process and walk you through it just so that you know, and then if you want any specific instructions or anything like that, let me know in the comments of this post and maybe I'll do something more detailed and instructional. All right, so I'll see you then. Y'all, right quick, I want to talk about the importance of experimentation, because here I have a piece of wood that I was experimenting with to see what staining would be like, and I went ahead and sprayed the canvas with primer, or sprayed the wood with primer, and as you might be able to see, I don't know if I need sunlight for this, but as you might be able to see, the side with the espresso stain is like kind of yellowish, it's yellowing, and then the side with the chestnut stain is white, like pure white. It's fine. Now imagine if I hadn't known that it had that effect and I tried to do like an espresso finish for a piece, and then that happened without me expecting it. It would have been a huge problem and I probably would have wound up frustrated. So if you're trying a new technique or you have an idea for a new technique, experiment first with like throwaway materials. That way you know what you're getting yourself into and you can plan for that. Here I can actually adjust my plan now to see what I can do in order to get around that problem before it comes up in an actual full piece. Know your materials and experiment. Okay, so sealing the wood like I just did makes it to where when I paint on top of it, the paint doesn't soak down into the pores of the wood and warp the board or cause potential damage to the surface and discoloration of the paint. So I'm making sure that when I do paint on wood, that the painting is archival, meaning it's not going to change color or texture or damage the painting over time. And now I play the waiting game. Okay, so I just finished sealing all of the wood panels that I cut, and I sealed them 3 times. I only showed 2 times, but I sealed them 3 times. I didn't want to show the 3rd time just so that it didn't get super repetitive. But now that I've done the final coat of the sealing, I actually have to wait 24 hours for that seal to set in. That way, when I put anything else on it, it's not going to disturb the seal. The seal is going to be perfect, and that's what's going to help the quality of the artwork. It's a really long time. You got to be patient. I have to be patient, but it's definitely going to be worth it in the end, because I don't want to sell a piece and then 25 years later the paint starts to seep or suck into the wood and you wind up with some warping. So this is all for you. So I'm going to wait 24 hours and then go on to the next step. For me, it's going to be tomorrow, but for you, it's just going to be a couple of seconds. So I'll see you then. All right, y'all, I'm back. It's a brand new day, a beautiful day outside. Check this out. Beautiful. And I'm all set up to finish my canvases. The wood is all sealed up. Final coat has finally sort of sunk in, closed up. I waited that 24 hours. Now I can prime the wood board, and that's gonna give the paint something to stick to, something to adhere to, so that it's not so easy. It's not moving around, sliding around. It's like giving it a nice surface to cling to. So let's get into it. All right, so this is what I use to prime the boards. Like I said, this is a primer and it's a sealer. If you can see, where does it say? Adhesion seals surfaces. So remember when I said that you want to seal your board at least 4 times? So I did it 3 times with the sealer, with the polyurethane, and then I'm using the primer to seal it again and more times. And I'm actually gonna do 2 coats of this at least. So we're gonna be sealing the board at least 5 times. And so this is what I do in order to keep the quality of the product up, you know, to keep the quality of the painting up, because what that's gonna make it do is last a longer time. The wood's gonna be stronger. It's not gonna like absorb water and stuff. Oh, also, this is an oil-based primer. So if you're watching this video trying to figure out how to make your own boards for painting and you're an acrylic painter, that's not your deal. Oil paints can be used on top of an acrylic primer, but acrylic primer can't be used on top of an oil primer. Did I say that right? Acrylic paint, oil primer? Don't use acrylic paints on an oil primer. It's not gonna have longevity. So let's go ahead and get this board covered. Okay, I've officially finished every step of the process. Now that that's finished and dry, all I have to do is sand it to a nice smooth surface that I can paint on. There you have it. That's all, folks. This board is ready to be used for a painting. I think I know exactly what I'm going to use it for. So that was it. Hopefully that gave y'all some insight on what I do in order to create the boards that I paint on and why I paint on wood. I love that smooth surface because the paint just glides across it. Sometimes I like for it to be a little bit textured, so I don't do the sanding part at the end, but I love making a portrait on just this like really smooth canvas. And I used to prime my canvases when I used fabric. I used to prime those to where it felt like that smooth wood finish. So I was like, why not just paint on wood? But anyways, that's all for the video. I hope that you liked it. Go ahead and click like or comment down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.